How's it going, everybody? My name is Dylan, and I'm here today to talk to you about chameleons. Now, chameleons are absolutely fascinating animals. They're some of the most bizarre looking reptiles on the planet, and they are designed specifically for stealth. Now, these animals spend all of their time up in the vegetation in the habitats where they live. Those ranges include predominantly Madagascar. However, a few species can be found on the mainlands of Africa, Asia, and even up into the Middle East. In these ranges, these animals have adapted to perfectly refine their skills for hiding. Now, they're hiding from both predator and prey alike. Now, you might be asking, what are these animals eating, huh? Well, chameleons are mostly insectivores, but the larger species may be eating other types of vertebrates if they can fit them in their mouth. And a few species are actually observed to be omnivorous, which means that they not only eat animals, but they eat plant matter as well. When a chameleon spots something that looks tasty, they are going to extend this incredible tongue out of their mouths in the blink of an eye. And with the sticky end of that tail, or that tongue, my bad, they're going to grab their prey and retract it into their mouth before the prey even knows what was going on. On top of this, chameleons have the ability to change color depending on how they feel, not specifically where they are. You can't just put a chameleon down on some rainbow-colored notebook you might have and watch the chameleon turn into a rainbow pattern. No. Alternatively, chameleons use nerve signals and hormone changes within their body to change color. So, depending on how a chameleon feels, you will see a range of different colors being displayed. If it's trying to hide from its prey or a predator, you may see greens and browns, whatever's going to match the vegetation that that animal is in. If it's trying to alert maybe a rival chameleon or a predator that it's big, it's dangerous, it's scary, it shouldn't be messed with, you're going to see those bright display colors. Now, changing colors is not the only adaptation for stealth that chameleons have adapted over the millions of years that they've existed on this planet. Their eyes here, these cone-shaped eyes, can move independently of one another, allowing them to see 360 degrees around them at all times. It's spectacular. They will know if something is approaching them from behind, or if maybe up here in the trees, there's a nice tasty grasshopper that a traditional lizard without this ability may not have noticed. Now, chameleons' feet have these 3 toes that are going to allow them to slowly and meticulously stay clamped on to whatever branch they might be climbing along. Now, not only do they have these toes that are going to be allowing them to hold on, they've also got this incredible prehensile tail that is going to allow them to stay locked on to whatever surface they're climbing along. Now, I know you're all wondering, who is this handsome fellow right here? Well, this is Vector, the veiled chameleon. Vector's having a little bit of a snack right now. He's having a tasty butterfly. Veiled chameleons come from the Middle East, which I mentioned earlier. They live in the mountain ranges of Yemen and Saudi Arabia. Now, that's quite a different type of habitat than what you're going to be finding in Madagascar, where most chameleons are from. That's a much drier environment. Veiled chameleons have adapted another structure to help them survive in this environment. Not quite specifically for stealth, though. As you can see, this big crest here on his head, this is called a casque. And the casque's purpose is catching water. At nighttime, dew is going to collect along this casque, and it's going to cascade, see what I did there? Cascade down into his mouth to drink. Now, there are larger species of chameleon, but they're not the largest. The largest species of chameleon would be the panther chameleon from Madagascar, of course. Can get much larger than this little guy is right here. Coincidentally, the smallest species of chameleon is also from Madagascar. Now, these are relatively new to science. We have been studying these guys for a brief amount of time, but the Brookesia genus of chameleon is so small that one would fit comfortably right here on my fingernail. Spectacular stuff. Now, all in all, chameleons are awesome animals with lots to be learned about. Go home, see what else you can find out about chameleons. and tell us all about it on your next trip here to the Cincinnati Zoo. We'll see you soon.